Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good to be here this morning. Reading from the Daily Reflection again. And yeah, here we are. It's titled October the 5th, Yesterday's Baggage. Daily Reflection. Yesterday's baggage. It's out of the 12 and 12. And page looks like 88. And eyes aren't working so well this morning. For the wise have always known that no one can make much of his life until self-searching becomes a regular habit. Wow. Until he is able to admit and accept what he finds, and until he patiently and persistently tries to correct what is wrong. So, wow, self-searching, baby. We realize that self-knowledge won't keep us sober. But once we're sober and have, developed this relationship with God, step 10 is really got us watching every day for dishonesty, for fear, for self-seeking and selfish motives, and it's interesting. After the years go by, we just see it when it comes up. It's how do I look? That kind of thing. That is self-centered and self-seeking, and so I realized that that's didn't really go away. All of the character defects that I've ever had, I still have, and it's just that I'm living in a new realm. And Bill says we, skyrocketed into the fourth dimension, and beyond, and beyond. So, but even in the fourth dimension, we're watching for just the tiniest of fear and self-centered motives. So self-searching, and then being able to talk about it. And that further on it says, I have more than enough to handle today, without dragging along yesterday's baggage too. I must balance today's books if I am to have a chance tomorrow. So I ask myself if I have erred and how I can avoid repeating that particular behavior. Did I hurt anyone? Did I help anyone? And why? Some of today is bound to spill over into tomorrow, but most of it need not if I make the honest daily inventory. So step 10, the daily inventory is essential. And we are in the 10th month, and so we're talking about step 10. It's beautiful. Keeping an eye on our relations with people and how they work and don't work. Yeah, that's the deal. Just comes to me that I have a step 10 from yesterday that I haven't cleaned up. I want to get done soon, this morning. I just for really briefly, I want to talk about my home group. I'm, even though I've said this lots. I don't speak for AA. I don't represent AA. I'm just these opinions are mine. The readings are from AA literature, but I'm not an authority. They're my opinions from my experience. And I have a home group here in Calgary. I go to every Wednesday. And I go to other meetings, but I go to my home group because I like what we do there. I'm not there. It's not my social thing, although it is. I love the people, and I love to give hugs and see everybody and encourage everybody and feel encouraged and all of that. But our format is that we read from the book. big book of AA. We read from it for 10 minutes. And then we invite people to speak for 3 minutes who have, done the steps, who are speaking about the book. And I kind of found this meeting 8 or 10 years ago, and I liked it because I need that message. And, this particular meeting isn't about people coming to talk about their day or talk about, different spiritual principles as they see them. There's a lot of meetings where we do that. So I really like this meeting because we talk about what we read, and we start from the very beginning, prefaces and the forwards and doctor's opinion and Bill's story, and we 10 minutes every Wednesday, and it takes us, I don't know how many weeks to go through the whole thing, but almost a year, I think. I've never really watched how long it takes us to go through it, and then we start over again. And so that's it. I love that. I love that we do that, and it's not everybody likes it because not everybody gets asked to speak. It's not the people who get asked to speak are people who've done the steps and who put their hand up when we say, is anybody willing to sponsor? Because people who are willing to sponsor are people who have done the steps and they're working on their 12th step, the 12th suggestion. They're doing 10, 11, and 12. So that's it. And I really enjoy my home group, and it's needed that we are reminded over and over again. It's funny that we tend to forget, even in recovery, that this disease is progressive, and it's still in the background. We're not cured. It's interesting. People think that we're cured, and man, oh man, I've been to a lot of funerals of people who thought they were cured, and I know that we don't like to hear that, but that's a fact. You know, people who go to AA often die because they didn't like the group, or they didn't like somebody in the group. They didn't like the format. We're willing to go to any lengths. And they say, well, no, I'm going to go hang around at a discussion meeting, and because I like the people there. Great. The message, though, and that's why I continue to go to that meeting. In my home group, I haven't always got along with everybody. I haven't always liked them all. I've butted heads with some of the leadership in the group or some of the people that are, over the years. Yes. But I've stayed because I love the format. And I know that if my responsibility is to help others, that coming to that group is where they're going to find a consistent message of recovery. And that's the deal. I mean, ultimately, where am I going to take them? To some discussion meeting where some old timers talking about a book, some other book that he read, and some information that he's got. It's all good stuff, but it's AA. We want to be the pure message, and we can expand from there. But the pure message. That's it. Love you guys. That's my message for today. And I love doing this daily reflection. I think today is actually 2 months that I started on the 5th of August, I think. So, yeah, cheers. Love you lots. Oh, don't forget a couple of quick things. Meditation on Monday night, big book study on Friday. And we're prepping for our Mexico trip. And Mexico is not for everybody. There's only going to be room for probably 8 or so people. And it's, I'm not always fun to be with because we're going to go there and look at the stuff that blocks us off from the sunlight of the Spirit. We're going to look at letting go, the things that this book just talked about, self-searching, leveling of our pride, right? Deflation of ego. That's the purpose of the group. It's not, yes, we'll do lots of fun stuff together, but, there's going to be a session every day that's like we're going to see ourselves, and yeah, good. Love you. Bye.